February 24th, the day war hit Ukraine and Russia. Cities turned to rubble, school offices turned to mass graveyards. Millions had to leave their homes, while thousands lost their loved ones in the war that they had never ever dreamt of. Let's have a look at the timeline of how did the world leaders shape the story of the war with their words and actions.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции. Кто бы ни пытался помешать нам, а тем более создать угрозы для нашей страны, для нашего народа, должны знать, что ответ России будет незамедлительным и приведет вас к таким последствиям, с которыми вы в своей истории еще никогда не сталкивались.
Точно знаем, нам не нужна война, но если на нас будут наступать войска, мы будем защищаться. Не наши спины, наши лица.
Soon after the war started, the Western world was quick to unite and respond with tough sanctions.
President Putin chose to bring back war to Europe. This is a fully fledged invasion in Ukraine. But today I also say the European Union stands united. Tonight, European leaders were fully aligned in condemning the atrocious and unprovoked attacks. Now we have to meet the moment. We will hold the Kremlin accountable.
L'Union européenne a décidé donc ensemble d'infliger des coups très sévères à Moscou sur à la fois des personnes et des secteurs. Elles seront complétées aussi par des mesures gouvernementales. J'ai ce matin demandé plusieurs travaux, en particulier sur...
This is a flagrant violation of international law and it demands a firm response from the international community. Today, I'm authorizing additional strong sanctions and new limitations on what can be exported to Russia. This is going to impose severe cost on the Russian economy, both immediately and over time. We have purposely designed these sanctions to maximize the long-term impact on Russia and to minimize the impact on the United States and our allies. Between our actions and those of our allies and partners, we estimate that we'll cut off more than half of Russia's high-tech imports.
We're imposing further severe sanctions. These sanctions will target 58 individuals and entities, including members of the Russian elite and their family members, as well as the Wagner Group and major Russian banks, among others. We will also sanction members of the Russian Security Council, including the Defense Minister, the Finance Minister, and the Justice Minister.
For our part today, the UK is announcing the largest and most severe package of economic sanctions that Russia has ever seen. With new financial measures, we're taking new powers to target Russian finance, in addition to the banks we've already sanctioned this week. Today, in concert with the United States, we are imposing a full asset freeze on VTB. More broadly, these powers will enable us totally to exclude Russian banks from the UK financial system, which is of course by far the largest in Europe, stopping them from accessing sterling and clearing payments through the UK.
While the West stood united against Russia, Vladimir Putin never seemed to back down, and it showed with his words how he took these sanctions as a joke.
Русских. Зачем? Чтобы им было плохо. А мы что, русские?
The whole world was waiting for China's response on the war. With his actions, Xi Jinping came out in support of Russia. He stood firm with his friendship with Russia.
面对世界之变、时代之变、历史之变，为变乱交织的世界注入稳定性和正能量。
我们愿意再次强调，中俄的全面战略伙伴关系从不针对第三方，当然也就不受任何第三方的干扰和挑拨，我们更不会被第三方的胁迫和施压所压倒。
But the real hero of the war, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, left no stone unturned. From stepping in the battleground with the army to visiting hospitals and homes of the Ukrainian citizens. Despite of being low on resources and manpower, he stood his ground with courage and dedication.
The king is a near Force pilot. And in Ukraine today, every Air Force pilot is a king. And I'm proud of our Air Force. And I brought a present from them to you, Great Britain. Yes, please, open this. To the speaker. Yes, speaker. And I will explain. It's the helmet of a real Ukrainian pilot. He is one of our most successful aces, and he's one of our kings. And the writing on the helmet reads, "We have freedom, give us wings to protect it." Your money is not charity. It's an investment in the global security and democracy that we handle in the most responsible way. This flag is a symbol of our victory in this war. We stand, we fight, and we will win because we are united. Ukraine, America, and the entire free world.
But the whole world has been waiting for the war to end. But for that, the world clearly showed complete reliance on PM Narendra Modi.
I'll let the Prime Minister speak to whatever efforts he's willing to undertake. I want to stress it again, Goyle. I mean, certainly the United States would welcome any effort that could lead to an end of hostilities in Ukraine that are in keeping with President Zelensky's objectives and his leadership, his determination of what is acceptable to the Ukrainian people. Nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine.
India, being a neutral state, always supported diplomatic talks to end the war. And PM Modi conveyed the message to the world, including Russia and Ukraine.
यूक्रेन के संकट के आरंभ से ही हमने तुरंत युद्ध विराम का आह्वान किया और इस बात पर जोर दिया था कि विवाद को सुलझाने के लिए बातचीत ही एकमात्र उपाय है। हमारा मानना है कि इस युद्ध में कोई विजयी पार्टी नहीं होगी, सभी को नुकसान होगा। इसलिए हम शांति के पक्ष में हैं। आज का युग युद्ध का है नहीं और हमने फोन पर भी कई बार आपसे इस विषय में बात की है कि डेमोक्रेसी और डिप्लोमेसी और डायलॉग ये सारी बातें ऐसी हैं कि जो दुनिया को एक स्पर्श करती हैं। आने वाले दिनों में शांति के रास्ते पर हम कैसे बढ़ सके उसके विषय में जरूर आज हमें चर्चा करने का मौका मिलेगा।
I know your stance on the conflict in Ukraine. I know about the concerns that you voice constantly. We will do everything for it to stop as soon as possible. Unfortunately, the leadership of the opposing side, Ukraine, has stated that they refuse to hold talks and that they want to reach their goals militarily, or as they say, on the battlefield.
In a surprise visit to Kiev, US President reached Ukraine to hold talks with Volodymyr Zelensky and to show the world that US sides with Kiev in this war.
Putin thought Ukraine was weak and the West was divided. As you know, Mr. President, I said to you in the beginning, he's counting on us not sticking together. He was counting on the inability to keep NATO united. He was counting on us not to be able to bring in others on the side of Ukraine. He thought he could outlast us. I don't think he's thinking that right now. God knows what he's thinking, but I don't think he's thinking that. But he's just been plain wrong. Plain wrong. And 1 year later, the evidence is right here in this room. We stand here together.
But on the other side, Russian president blamed the West for the war in his annual address to the nation.
Ответственность за разжигание украинского конфликта, за эскалацию, за рост числа его жертв полностью лежит на западных элит. И, конечно, на киевском режиме сегодняшнем, для которого украинский народ, по сути дела, чужой. Эти не глупые люди. Нам стратегическое поражение хотят нанести и лезут на наши ядерные объекты. В этой связи вынужден заявить сегодня о том, что Россия приостанавливает свое участие в договоре о стратегических наступательных вооружениях. Как я уже сказал, Запад развернул против нас не только военный, информационный, но и экономический фронт. Но нигде ничего не добился и не добьется. Более того, инициаторы санкций наказывают сами себя. Спровоцировали в собственных странах рост цен, потерю рабочих мест, закрытие предприятий, энергетический кризис. А своим гражданам говорят, мы это слышим, говорят, что виноваты во всем.
As big leaders in the past have said, war is never an option. But right now, world leaders are more focused on taking sides rather than finding an option to end the war.